Jimmy with the Florida Summit on COVID. I'm standing here with Sandy Rios, who is like a hero to me. She's a hero of the faith. She's standing firm. She's speaking the truth. She's into politics. She's got a lot of people on her podcast that I admire. And Sandy, I could just ask you a couple questions. I got like a microphone here. But Sandy, we see a lot of deception in the world. We see stuff happening in politics. What words would you have for a lot of ladies at a church? For a lady in the church, what could they do to be a light in the society?
Well, I would say that a lot of times women don't want to think about things that are happening in the world. They think that, and they are doing their duty if they're taking care of their children and raising them. But this is a dangerous time, and so it's not a time to hide or to avoid. If you get a diagnosis of cancer, you'd like to avoid that and not think about it. But we have cancer destroying our country, and you live, to the women in your church, you live here, and your children live here. And they will not survive if you don't protect them. And if you don't listen and pay attention, you won't know what you're protecting them from. So you need to be informed. I challenge you to be a godly woman, but you love God with your mind, not just with your heart. It's more than just Bible study, although I love Bible study. It's taking in the whole of the world and just thinking of God's mind through it all. And that's very important in how you live and raise your kids.
Amen. Also, I know there's a lot of lies about COVID, and I appreciate your story. I heard about your husband and the stuff that he went through.
You have been listening.
I had COVID pneumonia, just like your husband had
did?
COVID
Okay.
pneumonia. Yeah, and I heard about the lies and the medical stuff. This whole summit is like encouraging, because we know we've been lied to. Just words of anyone that's buying into the story of COVID. Can you just let them know a little about?
Well, I think that it's interesting because Jesus sort of points out that some people will be deceived. There'll be a grand delusion in the end times. And you want to make sure that you're not one of those persons being deceived. If you have not stopped to consider seriously that the COVID vaccine might be very harmful, if you've not stopped to really consider and just instead of just listening to newscasts and sound bites, if you haven't explored further than that, you are really allowing yourself to be deceived. Well, I mean, you have to listen to the whole truth, both sides. And you always have to remember, too, when you're trying to figure out what's true, which side is paying a price for what they're saying. And that is a pretty big clue as to who's telling the truth.
Amen. I'll just say thank you, Sandy. We've been listening to you when you had your morning talk show. We know you got a new thing with the podcast going on. And I say, people, check out Sandy Rios in the morning and keep on standing firm. Your encouragement. And you're not alone, just like I feel like I'm alone, but you're inspiring a lot of people.
No, you're not alone. But hey, Jimmy, can I just correct you?
Sure.
It's Sandy Rios.
Okay.
It's Sandy Rios 24/7.
There you
Sandy
go.
Rios 24/7.
Not Sandy Rios in the
If they
morning.
look for Sandy Rios in the morning, she's not there anymore.
Okay.
So it's Sandy Rios
The
24/7.
podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sandy.